Episode 3 is finally out, and what we have is as emotional as the latest episode. So I hope you had your napkins with you when you watched the episode. I know I did. And for those who couldn't watch it yet, don't worry because it's recap time. In the beginning of episode 3, we see a delivery van going to this beautiful house. That's the exact same vehicle we saw in the beginning of the preview. When I saw it for the first time, I thought Mackenzies were in it, but it seems like I was wrong. Anyways, we see an authentic big box is delivered for Jemmy, and there are lots of letters inside the box, written by Claire and Jamie, of course. That's exactly how Bree and Roger learn that they are alive and well. After that, we get to see how the fire started and how Frasers and Bugs managed to get out. It seems like Wendigo's friends had passed out because of ether, and when Wendigo started to feel dizzy, he fell down with the lighting match he'd been holding. Before he collapses and causes the explosion, Frasers manages to get out of the house along with Merdina and Arch. Even though everyone tries their best to put out the fire, we all know that it's too late, and there is nothing left to do in order to save the house or the people inside of it. Those scenes where everybody's carrying buckets of water, but Jamie and Claire stop because they know it's too late are definitely painful to watch. Seeing their beautiful home burn to the ground not only breaks their hearts, but it breaks mine too. Watching their house on fire, Jamie and Claire realize that it's not January and they are not dead at all. So I guess at this point, they know this wasn't the fire they ended up dying. Even though I'm relieved because they're alive and Bree said they've changed history, I'm not sure about that. Because now I'm paranoid about the possibility that there will be another unexpected fire that will cause Claire and Jamie's deaths. I just want those two to live as much as possible and eventually die peacefully. Meanwhile, Bree and Roger are quite happy to learn that Frasers are still alive. But as we see the aftermath of the fire, we know it's a complete disaster. Seeing them looking for whatever is left from the fire is so heartbreaking that I can't even find the right words for it. But you know what Jamie finds? The lost gold. Apparently, when the gold arrived, there were 3 people, including Dougal, Hector, Cameron, and Arch. So they all got their share, but Arch learned that Hector was using it for his favor, and he decided to steal it. He took it back from Hector's grave, and he also revealed that whenever he paid a visit to River Run, he brought whatever Hector stole from Scotland piece by piece. No matter what Hector did, Jamie still thinks Arch is a thief. Do you agree with him? I'm on the fence because I know what comes next. Jamie wants the bugs too and never return. Even though Arch seems angry and disappointed about Jamie's decision, Merdina gives her full support to her husband and they decide to leave. But not without the gold. In the night, Jamie and young Ian decide to follow Arch because they know he wouldn't leave it behind. They see someone near the ruined house and Jamie calls out to him. But he opens fire and young Ian stops him with his arrow. Ian, do you really have to be this precise with your bow and arrow? Because you just killed Merdina. Yes, apparently Merdina earlier decided to put on her husband's clothes and go get the rest of the lost Jacobite golds. In the morning, we see him devastated because knowing that he killed Merdina is too much for him to handle. He's filled with remorse, and no matter how Claire tries to console him, I don't think he'll get over what he did soon enough. He has to live with it. We see that Arch is gone, but he returns for the funeral and he asks Claire to sing. Merdina, I'm deeply sorry you're dead. You were a good friend. But Claire sings beautifully, so it's a win for me. Sorry, not sorry. After the funeral, we see a crow as a symbol of death. I know this particular symbolism is beyond being a cliche now, but I like crows, so I guess I'm okay with that. Beautiful crow aside, we see young Ian talking with Arch. He is deeply sorry, but Arch gives a promise to hurt his loved one, meaning his wife, when he gets married. I hope he dies before keeping his promise because I really love young Ian and I just can't watch it happen once again. Also, even though there's no sign of her for now, I believe he'll get married to Rachel and I'm already excited to see their relationship. Enough talking about other characters now, let's go back to Claire and Jamie. We see Jamie offering to build their new house near the lake and it would be amazing. But most importantly, he says that he wants to go back to Scotland to take young Ian to his mother because the war is getting closer. Another thing is Jamie doesn't want to be against his son when the war arrives. As we all see in the Season 7 trailer, I guess they won't manage to arrive in Scotland because we saw lots of battle scenes. What do you think? Moving forward, Jamie had a new dream, aka a vision about the future. He says that he saw Mackenzies and they were all doing fine. What's interesting is that he also saw a telephone. Now, how is that even possible? We know he earlier saw the electric light, but I think it wasn't too challenging to imagine, right? But the telephone is definitely something bigger than seeing the light. I hope we get to learn more about his dreams and the reason behind it. We see another morning where the Frasers melt the hold and hide it someplace where nobody could find it. I don't think they hid it well, but if they think that they did a good job, it's okay. We'll see about that. In the letters, they also mentioned what they did, and they say Jemmy knows the place. Since Bree and Roger don't need the gold for now, and they're doing just fine, they decide not to take it. But I think their decision might change, because we see Bree taking Roger to Lallybrook, and guess what? It's for sale. Don't you think now is the perfect time to be a treasure hunter for Mackenzies? I believe so. Anyways, last but not least, we see another goodbye. Now it's the time when Frasers leave. It's emotional, of course, but I'm excited for this adventure because I know that it will bring new storylines. Jamie, Claire, and young Ian leave the ridge behind, and now they're on their way to Scotland. They're all emotional about this, but it will pass. Trust me. Have you watched episode 3? What do you think will happen in the upcoming episode? Will Jamie, Claire, and young Ian manage to go to Scotland? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't be shy and hit the like button. You can also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.